Well, hi guys. Yeah, it's the end of my first week being artist in residence at Cambridge Artworks. And in case you've not seen, basically I'm in a caravan that has been turned into a studio space, and I'm here for 3 weeks. And I thought you'd like to have a little look at what I've been doing this week, what I've been learning. During the week I've showed various photos and reels and things of things that I've been making, but I thought it might be nice to sort of describe a bit more what it is I'm looking at. So I'm using these 3 weeks to learn and experiment and to sort of get involved with printmaking, tabletop printmaking. I really loved printmaking when I was doing my MA, and I want to incorporate that into my collage work and maybe even into my sculptures using papers that I create with printmaking. So this week I've focused on Gelli plate. So let me turn the camera around first and show you. I'll try to work out how to do that again. So this is the space, my fabulous blue caravan, and this is a Gelli plate. It's a little bit stained from the black I've been using today. I bought it on eBay. A lot of people have got Gelli plates, but in case you don't know what it is, it's basically a lump of jelly, and you make sort of one-off prints with it. You put, I'm using acrylic paint, and you have to work fairly quick, otherwise it dries. Rolling it on and then doing various things to engage with that, and then taking a print from it. And sometimes you can then take another print, but it won't be the same. I'm using these, just little pouches, working out quite nicely, but I'm also trying other bits of paint just to see what works and what doesn't. I found that the student grade dried quicker than everything else, which I guess would make sense because it would be thinner. But I'm also finding that if it does dry, it's not a problem at all. In fact, I'm starting to allow it to dry, but I'll go into that in a minute. So these are all, you can see, working really tidily. These are all the bits that I'm trying out. So earlier in the week, I did basically put the paint down and then used things to press into it to take some of the paint off, and then printed that. I found that things that work best were things I could really press on. So stencils didn't work so well because my fingerprints got in the holes. Things that have a solid back worked better. So like this lovely block that I bought ages ago, or these sorts of stamp type things. Lego is something I've tried. This is a Lino cut I did a while back that I've been playing around with. I loved the impression that this corrugated cardboard made. So I think those are the main things that I ended up playing with yesterday. So let me show you over here. I've tried different papers to see what works best. The thinner ones will be good particularly for collage work, so I wanted to do so. So this is like deli paper, I think it's called, or freezer paper. So it's quite thin and it picks up the details quite nicely. So I've done quite a bit on there. I've also tried dressmaking, tissue, or whatever it's called, pattern making, and sort of proper tissue. You can, if I hold it up to the light, you can see I've done it with white. I've also been using newsprint, which is also really lovely and thin and picks up details as well. And this is just copy paper that you put through a normal printer, computer printer type thing, which has worked pretty well for all sorts of different things. You can see this is like the Lego, this is the Lino cut that I was doing. These are kitchen sort of, I think it's part of a potato press thing. This is the impact that the corrugated card has, and I tried these ivy flowers. And then brown paper is quite nice with the lighter colours, so that worked as well. And then this is slightly better papers, just cartridge paper, which is obviously just slightly thicker. These are flowers again that I've pressed in, and the lino cut and things like that. So that was my first session. And then today what I've been doing instead of pressing things in and pulling them off, I've been using things as masking. So I've put the paint down, and then I've put things on the top that have got holes in, like I've got lots of stencils, so these sorts of things, putting those on the top and then putting the paper on and rolling it. So I will get, so this is the sort of thing I will get like that. So it creates lots of lovely white spaces doing that, which would be particularly good for collaging, I think. But then what I do is, once I then take the stuff, the first print off and all the stuff that created that, it leaves, I think it's called a ghost print. It leaves like whatever's been left behind. And I'm finding that the best way to pick that up is to let that dry for like 10-15 minutes, and then put some more paint on the top, usually white is what I've been doing, and that helps to lift off all the beautiful, delicate, subtle details. So I can show you, so here for instance, even though it's on brown, you can see it's white. This is hammer beads, which I really like, and this is that block corrugated card. So yeah, this is, whenever it's got white in the background, you can see this is so subtle, and it probably wouldn't have picked up at all without the paint underneath. Where else is there? So this one again, so this was the first print while the things were all down, and then the negative of that picks up the really juicy details of what's left behind. So you can see here, this is with the white picking it up, and you can see how much detail it really picks up. So I don't know whether I would use this as a collage piece, or whether I'd use it actually as the start of a piece of art in its own right, as a print. So look at the difference between, this is the first one, and then this is the next one of the same thing, and you can see all the detail there. Or this is the first, and then this is the second. So I had lots of fun with that. And then I moved on to doing some what they called transfers with magazines images. So you can see that's a watch and a bridge, a dragonfly, various things I found. So that's quite fun doing that, which is literally just putting black or whatever dark colour down, putting the magazine page on the top. Some work better than others, and you're never quite sure which is going to work best. Pull the magazine off, and it takes it, some bits and not others, and then take a print from it. And then I started to try and mix some colours. So I did, these again are from magazines. You can see this hasn't worked, which is obviously an important lesson to learn. This was on copy paper, so obviously it wanted something a bit stronger, so I've been using the cartridge paper since then. But yeah, so this is like a crossword puzzle, which would have been really nice if it had worked. So I did that with the red first, and then let that dry, and then added the pink on, and then pulled it off. So this is an eye that I did with red, and then added turquoise behind. And then these are just my, using the roller to sort of clean the roller. I thought I'd keep those because some of those are quite nice as well. Yeah, so that's basically it. Let's turn the camera around. That's what I've been working on so far. The next plan next week is to start layering all of this, because obviously I've mostly just done one. Well, I think pretty much all of them are just the first layer, and I love working in layers, and the idea with jelly plates is that you layer upon layer upon layer, I think. Yeah, I mean, I've learned all of this by going on YouTube, and it's something I've always wanted to have a go at. I know that lots of people have already done it, but if you haven't, have a go. It's really fun, quite easy as well, and you produce lots quite quickly. Yeah, and I'm already starting, you might be able to see, I'm starting to hone in on things that I'm excited by and that are more my style, and sort of finding what to do, really. Yeah, so lots of fun. Thanks for joining me. And I will share what I'm up to next week with all of this. It seems a shame to stop for the weekend now, actually. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, lots of. I'm off to London tomorrow to go and see some exhibitions, so we'll get lots of inspiration. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.